Alright, peace out, nerds. We're back to that good old... We're getting back to that good Author Blues content here. With the resetting in the first 4 minutes of the run. I was getting a little weirded out by modern Author Blues. Suddenly, like, able to make it past the first 6 minutes of the run over and over. But here we are. We're back to the... we're back to the good stuff. We're back to the good stuff. Hey, it was great meeting you too, man. There's ever a time in my teenage years where I was scared I'd never grow facial hair. All the way through high school, I didn't shave, but I was only able to grow, like, really wiry... You know, like, that stereotype of nerds who don't shave in high school and they get like, that really awkward, like... kind of growing a mustache, kind of like a few hairs here and there on their cheeks.
Hey, thanks for spending $4.99 on your subscription to twitch.tv/authorBlues.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the sub. Anyway, I eventually grew a beard. So. I would describe my high school years that way. Someone help me brainstorm a good reset emote. I don't want to just put like the word reset over something. I don't find emotes like that very interesting personally. Like people who are like, I'm gonna take my favorite character and I'm gonna put a word over their face and that's my emote. And like, don't get me wrong, if you do that, like, good on you. If that's what makes you happy, but that's not what I want my emotes to be. Hey Truman, I really like you. I like the heck out of you. A lot of people have been coming up to me and saying, I don't like that Truman guy, and I'm like, let me set the record straight. He's good people. Put the reset over a middle finger. I don't consider myself anywhere near family friendly, but I don't really want to create emotes with things like a middle finger in it or something. I just, My attitude toward mimes can best be described as surly. Would anyone ever describe me as surly? Is surly a fair way to describe me at all? I really don't want to be known as surly. There's a lot to unpack there, Drift Peasant. There's a lot to unpack there. Like, sort of my current running theme with, like, weird sort of quasi-bad emotes would be probably just, like, someone's face rolling their eyes and it just says, like, oh yay, the beginning of the run again. And that would be my reset emote. But I don't know if that would translate very well to emote. You know what I mean? Like, the idea's there, but is that an emote idea, or is that just words I said with my mouth? Yeah, that emote doubles as like an existential quandary emote, not just a reset emote, so yeah, good looking out. I always like my emotes to have multiple purposes, like my Auth Seems Gold emote is like Bubsy giving a thumbs up, so it could be like a hey, hi, how you doing? Or it could be a gold emote, because he's literally shining gold, so, you know, you gotta multitask. Hi, where's the hole? Thank you. That's what she said. How about a skeleton? That's just a normal waiting concept, but that's funny. I want an emote that says that. Too abstract. I guess off like this sort of is a general purpose anything tragic emote, so off like this, yeah, I guess. It's currently satisfying the need for a reset emote, I guess. Dude, the original idea for that emote was made by PJ, and he did such a good job on it, because, like, he used the original arms from Not Like This, and just, like, made it me. Yo, first try again. Please don't do that. Took me forever to clip through that. Well, honestly, that one's like one of the easier ones, which is why it's so frustrating when it goes that poorly. Exactly, that. See, I'm telling you, all of my emotes, I was going for sort of a double purpose thing. And Auth GG is another great example of that. It's like sort of a positive emote, like you did pretty okay, and then at the same time, it's like a sort of a negative emote, like you did okay. And the trophy doesn't even look that good.
Hey, thanks for spending $4.99 on your subscription to twitch.tv/AuthorBlues.
I also bought Minorino Ultra Adventures, by the way. Literally no one's been asking me about that, but I thought I'd tell you. Get it while it's still on sale, by the way, everyone. Usually you have to pay a whole 99 cents for it, but I got it for 74, so... You really don't want to pass up something great like that. I wasn't planning to update it to have that, but if people thought it would be better with it, I could see if Resi would add it. I get that, Nix. I've pretty much stopped doing Steam sales. Even if it's a game that I actually want and it's on sale, all I have to do is look at my Steam library and say, look, idiot, you're not going to play any of these, so what's the point? Wait, this is actually going to probably be a gold split? This wasn't a very good split. Well, okay, no, it's just close. It's like, what's up with that? Yours were not Steam sales. That's probably true, Drift Peasant. I've taken pretty good care of my spleen, to be honest. Nice. If you find anything good, let me know. Unless they're speed fast for you, in which case I look forward to watching them. Yeah, it was a pretty recent release. It's a pirate-themed game. You're like this sort of probably somewhat inept pirate who finds this sword with a ghost monkey living inside of it, and he's like, hey man, I'm gonna totally curse the hell out of you unless you go and help me, you know, steal back my golden banana that gives me all my magic powers. Something like that, I don't know. Yeah, actually, that's pretty close. Well, I think what it actually was, I think the actual story is that you're like, I want this sword, and he's like, well, actually, it's my sword. And you're like, but I kind of want to keep it. I mean, I know you're like a ghost monkey and you're living inside the sword, but I'd really like to keep it. And he's like, look, bud, this fucking crocodile dude stole my sword, or stole my golden banana, and if you can get it back for me, I'll tell you what, I'll get the hell out of here, find a new apartment, and you can have the sword. Which I thought was a pretty neat deal. Like, yeah, I want the sword. Really? Why do I always get so disorientated there? How was that a gold split? Though, there's so many questions you could really ask, honestly. Oh no, idiot. Oh yeah, the word's like disoriented, and I said disorientated. Sorry. I wasn't listening to myself as I was talking. That's the second time I've done that. You would think, after the first time, that would be enough. I would say, that's plenty, thank you. The southern thing I've ever said? How is that southern to just say the word wrong? Yeah, I do teach up in the Appalachian Mountains. You can tell from my thick accent that I am, in fact, an Appalachian. I only lost like 45 seconds at the beginning of the split because I couldn't get into the wall, so we got that going for us. I'm actually not a Yankee. I grew up in the South. In the Southeast, specifically. I'm a true Southern boy. I just don't... I intentionally never picked up an accent. Because I didn't think it sounded very good. So when I'd hear my peers talking like a Southerner, it was very easy for me to not learn to talk... Or learn to talk not that way, because I hated the way it sounded. Of course, now that I'm older, I do find some Southern accents very charming, but as a kid, I did not want to develop a Southern accent. Of course. Oh, come on. I'm glad I'm always losing 30 seconds on that skip. Just always. It's like it's a baseline for me. Like I should just expect to do 30 seconds slower than my best there. Sorry about that. If it makes you feel any better, my mother is a northerner, so that's probably one of the reasons why it was easy for me to not develop a southern accent. In fact, neither of my parents have a particularly southern accent. Even my dad, who's from Savannah, Georgia. I think you're neat too, man. Hey, Oglib, quick question for you. Feel free to answer as honestly as you'd like. How does bustin' make you feel? I'll tell you for me personally, it makes me feel pretty good. No, bustin'. Today is still bustin' Thursday for another 30 minutes if you're on my coast. Of course, if you're lucky enough to be in the West Coast, you've got plenty of hours left of bustin'. No. Bad. Bustin', 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 bustin'. Bustin' makes me feel good. Am I down a hit? I think I'm down a hit point, so I'll take this one before I jump in the water. I ain't afraid of no sleep. I ain't afraid of no bed. I can't wait for Warp World historians to do an episode about this game. Probably one of the most important games to ever come out. Culturally, spiritually, metaphysically. I don't know how ghost yipping works. Why is my chat so weird? Don't answer that. I know the answer. Y'all all need Jesus. Alright, we're not going to take any unnecessary damage on this skip this time. Which means none. No damage at all. That's right, you heard me. We're serious this time. No damage. 0 damage to be taken. You're thinking to yourself, but what about just one? What about one casual fun time damage? And I say to that, no. Not even one casual fun time damage. Never mind. Yeah, this game's pretty busted. Okay, that's 2 casual fun time damages. I feel like I was pretty clear about my intent to take 0 casual fun time damage, but here we are. Alright, looks like we will be dying into the cutscene. I was really hoping to not have to take a death this time. That would have been a nice, spicy little time saver right there. Can you bust too much? Of course not. What would that even look like? What would it even look like to bust too much? Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, only on Thursdays. Where's the line? I mean, that's a good question. Sometimes we all have to ask that question. Where is the line? I guess I'm on pace to get a low 32 here. If I don't fuck up too badly. Which, my goal was a 32 at all. So, apparently my goal was not very good. There we go. You can actually afford to mess that up quite a few times before you miss this cycle, so it's okay. Yo, what's good, Roop? No, absolutely it's compatible with Taco Tuesday. You can and should bust, even on Taco Day. I was gonna get pho today, but then I got lazy and decided to go with Sky to Chipotle. That's true, Yuna. You're right. It was a beautiful mistake. Alright, so now I've triggered zombie glitch, which means I can't take damage anymore. Yo, Magic Freak. It's going good. How many puberties do you go through? Uh-oh, now I'm gonna have to high jump over it. Oh, no, never mind. Oh no. He's gonna shoot the gun soon. Oh, he looks mad. He's gonna shoot the gun. Oh, never mind. He can't hit me. Oh no! I actually messed it up a little bit. You can't be that close to him. I've tried it. I can't seem to get the timing right. Counterclockwise? Is that the trick? I don't know which way the clock goes, so... There we go. 32-11. With 30 seconds lost on one of the splits, so... So, counterclockwise is the one where the clock goes like... this, right? At last, with the banana in my power, I'll finally break the curse that befalls this island and I'll be free. At last, I wouldn't have accomplished this without you, boy. Perhaps you may have what it takes to be a good pirate after all. A promise is a promise, thus my sword is yours now. Use it correctly. Honestly, I hope I won't see you again, cabin boy. That's perfect. Now we've earned his priceless sword. I mean, the danger was there. Sometimes we were inside rocks. But thankfully, we've earned this precious, priceless heirloom. And it will fetch quite a price. Totally worth all the danger. Well, fuck. You hate to see that happen, don't you? That's actually a really good time, though. 32-11. I mean, obviously, there's still quite a bit of time to be taken off of that. 31-something is still possible. I mean, my sum of best is a minute faster. Was it really? Not knowing how a clock moves is a common indicator of dementia? I do know which way a clock moves. Sometimes I have to think about it, though. I use a lot of digital clocks, and I mean, like, I know counterclockwise and clockwise, it takes me like 2 seconds to think of a clock, but it's like, you know, when you're a little kid and you can't remember your right or your left, so you have to, like, come up with a mnemonic for it. So, like, you know, a lot of kids are like, okay, well, the L is the one that's left and the other one is right. And so, for a lot of your life, you might have to remember that in order to... Or if you can't remember what orders letter come in, you have to, like, say you have to say the whole alphabet to yourself to figure it out. I'm that way with digital, or with analog clocks sometimes. It's like, okay, which way's counterclockwise? Let me think about a clock for a second. Okay, I got it. Guybrush Threepwood. They thanked Guybrush Threepwood. You hate to see that happen. Yeah, you're right. That was probably worth at least... I don't think that